Welcome to Love Science Today, the podcast where we explore modern relationships through psychology, sociology, philosophy, and real human behavior. Here we study attraction, intimacy, boundaries, and emotional safety in the age of digital connection. If you want to understand love on a deeper level, you are in the right place. Let us begin. Today's episode is titled Attachment Triggers: Why Small Things Feel So Big in Love. They replied late, and it ruined your mood. They sounded distant, and suddenly you felt anxious. They needed space, and it felt like a complete rejection. Why do seemingly small things in relationships sometimes feel so overwhelmingly dangerous? In this episode of Love Science Today, we explore attachment triggers, the hidden emotional reactions that turn ordinary mundane moments into intense internal crises. You will learn what attachment triggers actually are and how they develop in childhood, the neuroscience behind why your nervous system reacts faster than your logic, how anxious, avoidant, and disorganized attachment styles get triggered by completely different things, the crucial difference between a real relationship problem and an internal emotional activation, practical, somatic ways to regulate your emotions before you react and sabotage the connection, high-value scripts to communicate your triggers without pushing your partner away. If you have ever thought, I know I'm overreacting, but I physically cannot stop feeling this way, this episode will help you understand what's really happening inside your body and how to finally take back control. I want you to picture an incredibly ordinary moment. You are sitting on your sofa. You send your partner a text message asking a simple question. What time are you coming over tonight? You see the read receipt. They've seen it. You put your phone down and wait. 5 minutes pass, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. Logically, your brain knows they are probably driving, or in a meeting, or making a cup of tea. But physically, your chest is tightening. Your breathing gets shallow. A quiet, terrifying voice in the back of your head whispers, "They're pulling away. I did something wrong. They don't want to see me." Suddenly, a delayed text message doesn't feel like a delay. It feels like an abandonment. Welcome back to Love Science Today, where we explore not just what happens in your relationships, but what happens inside you. I am your host, Kehinde Ojo. Today we are talking about something deeply human, deeply painful, and completely universal: attachment triggers. We are going to unpack those moments when something small feels incredibly big. We will look at the neuroscience of why you cannot just think positive in these moments, how different attachment styles react to different threats, and how to stop your past from hijacking your present. Let's get into it. Let us start with a definition. What exactly is a trigger? We use this word a lot in pop psychology, but in the context of relationships, an attachment trigger is an intense emotional and physiological reaction that comes from a past experience, not just the present moment. Think of it like an invisible tripwire. Your partner accidentally steps on it by using a certain tone of voice, or by asking for a night alone, or by forgetting to call. The action is small, but the explosion is massive. Why? Because your nervous system is essentially a time machine. When a trigger is pulled, your nervous system says, wait, this feels familiar, and last time I felt this, I was not safe. You are no longer a 30-year-old adult sitting on your sofa. Emotionally, you have been transported back to being a 7-year-old waiting for a parent who never showed up, or a 22-year-old being ghosted by an ex. Your body remembers what your mind has tried to forget. The reaction isn't to the delayed text. The reaction is to a lifetime of unhealed abandonment. If you have ever been triggered, you know the immense shame that follows. You think, why did I just start a massive argument over a text message? I know better than this. I need to absolve you of that shame right now. It is biological. Your brain has two main systems working at once. The emotional brain, the limbic system/amygdala. This is your brain's smoke detector. It scans for danger and acts instantly to keep you alive. The thinking brain, the prefrontal cortex. This is the logical, rational part of your brain that solves math problems and knows that a delayed text just means traffic. Host, here is the catch. The emotional brain processes information milliseconds faster than the thinking brain. When your amygdala senses a threat, like rejection or abandonment, It pulls the fire alarm. And when the fire alarm is pulled, blood flow is literally diverted away from your prefrontal cortex. Your logical brain is taken offline. We call this an amygdala hijack. That is why you feel intense, overwhelming emotions instantly. You physically struggle to think clearly or rationally. You react, yell, or shut down before you can reflect. You are not being irrational. You are experiencing a biological security protocol. But the problem is, your security system is faulty. It is treating a burnt piece of toast like a house fire. Not everyone is triggered by the same things. Your tripwires were laid down by your specific childhood environment. Let us look at the 3 insecure attachment styles and their unique triggers. 1. Anxious attachment, the fear of abandonment. The trigger: distance, silence, inconsistency, or a perceived shift in tone. The internal narrative: I am too much. They are leaving me. The reaction: protest behavior. They pursue, they double text. They pick a fight to force the partner to engage because negative attention feels safer to them than no attention at all. 2. Avoidant attachment, the fear of engulfment. The trigger: closeness, emotional demands, criticism, or feeling trapped. Ironically, an anxious partner's protest behavior is the avoidant partner's biggest trigger. The internal narrative: I am losing my freedom. I am inadequate. They want too much from me. The reaction: they withdraw, they shut down, they stonewall. They physically or emotionally leave the room to regulate their nervous system. 3. Disorganized attachment, the fear of everything. The trigger: both closeness and distance. The internal narrative: I need you to survive, but you are also the source of my danger. The reaction: chaotic push-pull behavior. They pull you in desperately, and the moment you get close, they panic and push you away. Different patterns, different reactions, but they all share the exact same root: the terror of losing safe connection. Let's make this concrete. Let's talk about Sally. Sally is a 31-year-old marketing director, highly capable, incredibly smart. She had been dating Michael for 4 months. One afternoon, Michael said he would call her at 6 p.m. after he finished work. At 6:15 p.m., he hadn't called. By 6:30 p.m., Sally's chest was tight. Her mind went into hyperdrive. He's losing interest. He's out with his mates and forgot about me. I always do this. I always pick men who don't prioritize me. She drafted a long, angry text message about disrespect and boundaries. She was seconds away from hitting send. At 6:40 p.m., her phone rang. It was Michael. He said, I am so sorry, love. The server crashed at the office and my boss pulled me into an emergency meeting. I just walked out. Host: the situation was completely neutral. It was a work emergency. But Sally's reaction was catastrophic. Why? Because Sally's father was a man who constantly made promises and never kept them. He would say he was coming to her school plays, and he wouldn't show up. When Michael was 40 minutes late, Sally wasn't reacting to Michael. She was reacting to a 20-year-old wound. It wasn't about the moment. It was about the memory behind the moment. This brings us to the most crucial psychological tool you can learn in a relationship. You must learn to separate the trigger from the reality. A trigger feels 100% real in your body, but it is not always accurate. Your emotions are always valid. You are allowed to feel scared, angry, or anxious. But the story attached to those emotions is often completely false. When you get triggered, your brain writes a fiction novel. Instead of reacting immediately to the novel, you have to pause and act like a journalist. Ask yourself, what is the absolute objective fact of what is happening right now in this room? Fact: my partner hasn't texted back. Fiction: my partner is falling out of love with me. You cannot control the trigger, but you can control whether you buy into the story. So how do we handle this when the fire alarm goes off? How do we stop sabotaging our relationships? Here is your 5-step protocol for regulating an attachment trigger. 1. Pause before reacting. Create the gap. Between stimulus and response, there must be a gap. When you feel the panic rise, do not speak. Do not pick up your phone. Tell yourself, I am triggered. I am not allowed to make decisions for the next 20 minutes. 2. Regulate your body, somatic grounding. Remember, your logical brain is offline. You have to speak to your body. Do the physiological sigh, 2 quick inhales through the nose, followed by a long, slow exhale through the mouth. Do this 5 times. It forcefully slows your heart rate and signals to your amygdala that the tiger is not actually in the room. 3. Name the feeling, not the accusation. Shift from "you are ignoring me" to "I am feeling anxious." Dr. Dan Siegel calls this "name it to tame it." Acknowledging the emotion out loud decreases the electrical activity in the amygdala. 4. Separate past from present. Ask yourself, how old do I feel right now? If you feel like a helpless child, remind yourself, I am an adult, I am safe, this is not my past. 5. Communicate from clarity, not panic. Once you are calm, use the story framework, adapted from Brené Brown. Instead of attacking, say, when you didn't call at 6 o'clock, the story I told myself was that you were losing interest in me. I know that might not be true, but it made me feel really anxious. Could we chat about it? This is vulnerable, non-accusatory, and almost impossible for a healthy partner to get defensive against. I want you to take these questions into your week. Journal on them. What specific situations, words, or tones trigger me the most in my relationship? When I feel that trigger, what does it remind me of from my past? Do I react immediately to relieve my anxiety, or do I pause to regulate myself first? What is one thing I can do to soothe my own nervous system before I demand reassurance from my partner? I want to leave you with this final thought. If you get triggered easily, you are not crazy. You are not too sensitive. You are not broken. You are simply responding to something your body learned a long, long time ago in order to keep you safe. Your body is trying to protect you, but you are not that helpless version of yourself anymore. You are an adult. You have tools. You have awareness now, and awareness gives you choice. You cannot stop the spark of a trigger, but you get to choose whether you throw gasoline on it or whether you get a glass of water. This is Love Science Today. I am Kehinde Ojo. Until next time, feel deeply, but respond wisely. Thank you for listening to Love Science Today. I hope this episode gave you something meaningful to think about. If you learned something, share it with someone who may benefit. Remember that love is not random. It is a pattern you can understand and choose with intention. Join me again for the next episode as we continue exploring the science and soul of real connection. Stay thoughtful, stay open, take care of your heart.